Hey guys, Alex here from Prospecting Toolkit. Welcome and thank you for starting your 14-day free trial. You get 500 free leads from basically each module on this, so over 1,000 free leads that you can pull from this. I know you can get ROI in this first 14 days if you really put your mind to it. If you haven't signed up for our 7-day cold email boot camp, that's also going to propel your success and give you some really nice secrets and tips and things that we've learned over 5+ years of, just crushing it with cold email, crushing it with LinkedIn, crushing it with cold outreach. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I want to give you guys a quick tour of the software so that you're not starting cold and fresh here, and you have a little bit of guidance. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so when you first end up in the dashboard here, you're going to see all of our different modules. Now, each of these have kind of different powerful features for you to help with your lead generation, help with your demand generation. So let's start with the enrichment category here. That's also accessible up here from the top screen. So you've got a contact data enricher. You've also got a really cool feature here where if you're not using LinkedIn to prospect, we actually have over 15 million B2B companies here in our database, and this is updated very regularly. So, you can actually come in here to this. You can search for United States, for instance. For me, maybe I want to go to aviation and aerospace. Very interested in that industry. Let's go ahead down to, and let's choose kind of a company size. So this is employee count. So maybe we can choose 52 to 200. That's a pretty sizable company there. Okay, so right here, you're going to see it pop up, and it's going to show you that there's 471 companies that meet that criteria in our database. Now, that's not to say that you can't go to LinkedIn and one of our other modules, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but this gives you a really nice place to start and some really nice data. So let's go for a smaller company, go to 11 to 50. Now, with 11 to 50, we pulled out about 1,400 companies now. So to download this and download this list of companies, you go ahead and prepare the download. It'll go ahead and process that. It'll take a few minutes. And once that's processed, you're going to see a button pop up where you can go ahead and download that as a CSV. Once you have that CSV, it's so easy just to go back up here to Enrichment, head over to Find B2B Contacts. You can open up your spreadsheet. You can copy that whole column of all the domains, the company domains, slap those in here. If you have any, if they have HTTP before them or anything like that, you can list them here, and that'll remove that and clean it out. So you can just copy and paste directly to here. You can do 1,000 per upload here. So you want to segment it a bit, just so it doesn't take forever and you get your data faster. And then you can go ahead over here and you can name your list. So we can do like aviation 50 to 200. Decision makers, maybe we want to say. And then you can do give me the maximum contacts per company. Okay, if you want to go more general, you can go give me maximum 5, maximum 10, maximum 50, or you can do this awesome feature where you can actually choose the words that you want in the job title. So if you want CEO, chief executive officer, you want a director of marketing. Even just marketing, right? That would show anybody that's in marketing, right? You can also do, sales director. Basically you can do as many of these as you want to kind of get the right job titles out of the database. And then with your, giant list of 1,400 companies, you have one of 1,000, one of 400, for example. And then you can pour those in here. You go upload my list. And then it'll actually go out, it'll find those contacts from those domains, okay? And once you have those all ready to go, you can download them in CSV. You can push them to a certain campaign that you have, a cold email campaign, which we'll get into in a little bit. And this is a wonderful way just to start with a big list of leads to get started with and start doing your outreach. Okay, also in enrichment, we have find B2C local businesses. Now this is kind of like a Google Maps kind of scraper, kind of like if you're familiar with D7 Lead Finder. This is a more affordable way to do the D7 Lead Finder thing. So you can find the local kind of companies you're looking for. Let's say we're looking for dentists. Go to United States. And you can go by a region. So you can actually go by an actual region. Let's go, California. Why not? California, the state. You can go into the city, okay? So you can choose like the actual zip code or the city. I'm gonna go Los Angeles. Okay, so here's Los Angeles, California. Boom. Go ahead and search businesses. And once you search for this, it's going to go ahead and pop through. It's going to look through all the data we can pull, and it's going to pull you, as you just saw very quickly, you're going to see their reviews. you're going to see you can unlock their website by saving this lead. So it's, again, this is all unlimited, so you're not going to get charged per contact or anything. But you can vet them as well. You can go through and see that this one has like no reviews or anything like that. So that might be, if you're selling, I don't know, review management, or reputation management, that might be a good lead. Things like this, right? You're going to see that they have emails. You're going to see that they have phone numbers. These are generally like the general business phone number and email, but this is great for cold outreach because you can get in touch. When they close, when they're open, their location. A lot of information here that you can pull in. So we got, 10 pages plus here that you can pull of dentists in Los Angeles, for instance. And finally, you've got convert names to domains. And this is just a cool little utility that you can use with the Find Contacts tool. So, you can make your list. You can, type in the names of the companies, and this will go ahead and pop out domain names, which then you can go back over here to Find Contacts, pour those in here, and you are scraping all of their contact data for the exact roles that you're looking to get from our database. Definitely, this is a huge asset, but let's jump into some more advanced tools and some things that you can kind of go out of that box. You can prospect a little bit more carefully. Okay, so the next tool that we're going to go over is the prospecting tools. And this is a Chrome extension that allows you to pull contact data, unlimited contact data from LinkedIn Premium or LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You will have to have one of those tools to use this. Okay, it does not work with a LinkedIn free account, so just keep that in mind. You can go ahead to prospectingtoolkit.com/tutorials. That's going to give you specific tutorials about how to install the extension, how to use it, and all this kind of stuff. So you can go ahead there. But for right now, I'm going to go through and just kind of show you the high level on how it works. And I'll even pull up Sales Navigator and show you guys like a real case scenario that I'm getting right now where I'm going to help a client prospect for some very specific data. Now, just to give you, this is the getting started page that you're going to defaultly come up to. Up here in the menu, you have My Lists, okay? And this is My List. This is where you can create the lists that you want to pull your different segments into. So this is how it looks when it's in process. Now, you can click this button, or you can just navigate over to Sales Navigator. Once you're in Sales Navigator, you'll see here that I have a search in progress. You'll see the little module pop up here in the bottom corner. You go ahead and click this. This is what you'll see. You click here to choose your list, and you go ahead and click the big purple button, and that's it. And it's, as you can see, it's switching pages. It's going page by page. It's pulling all the data it can. It's searching for contact data out in the public record and in our aggregated databases to go find that contact info. And you can see it's just switching pages. Extremely powerful. If you're using Sales Navigator, you can really, you can see here that I'm going into Canada and the United States, into the entertainment industry, looking for bigger companies, not solo entrepreneurs. And I'm going into seniority level, and I'm using a keyword that's ticketing. I'm looking for ticketing professionals. So really, you can get as deep as you want. You can use Boolean searches, which we also have a video in prospectingtoolkit.com/tutorials, where you can look at how to use Boolean searches to increase the accuracy of your searches, okay? So that's a quick overview on this tool. It's really as simple as clicking a button, clicking the list, and clicking another button. And you can pull in thousands and thousands of contact data for you to use for your prospecting. All right, and here's the second part of the tool, which is automating the visits and connection requests. So again, you need the extension installed. And again, you can go to /tutorials to go ahead and find that video on how to install. It's very, very easy, like a 3-step process. Once you have that, again, you can go into LinkedIn Premium or Sales Navigator, and you can click this button down here, the Auto Connect and Visits. Now, when you click this, you're going to see this pop up. You can create your own custom connection request message to send the connection requests. You can choose to visit the profile and auto connect, or just connect. And then you can you can set how many actions, how many prospects you want to do this with. You can randomize the actions within seconds, so you can make it maybe 40 seconds to 350 seconds. You can always err on the safe side, make it look natural. And then you just click start the automation, and this thing will just start running, and it'll start doing it. You'll see it in progress, and it'll send that custom connection request with the first name variable in there. So you'll be connecting and sending connection requests and auto viewing their profile to this entire list of people so that they get a bit of brand awareness. Really good to do before your cold email campaigns. Okay, so if you run one of these kind of campaigns, you can basically visit and connect with them, request to connect with them. They might vet your profile, check you out. You get the cold email to them. There's just more of a chance that they're going to kind of recognize your name and your deal and go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, this guy hit me up before. Very powerful stuff. Okay, and another one that's really helpful here, so yeah, it's called shortcuts messages. You can create stock messages that you want to send. You can use this across any messenger, so you can use this in Facebook, you can use this in Twitter DMs, you can use this in LinkedIn, you can use this in your emails. It's part of the Chrome extension, so it's anywhere that you can type, and you can basically, put a title and a label on this, insert your sort of custom templated messages, and then shift plus whatever key that you'd like to enable to insert this message. So it's basically a shortcut to be able to go, shift U or shift 1 and go ahead and boom, there you go. Okay, and to the next tool, data extractor. Okay, this is finding emails on websites. Okay, so this is only extracting sort of generic emails such as contact, sales at, whatever info at, whatever they've got kind of on their contact page and things like that that's on their website. So you put in basically a list of websites here. Same kind of deal. You can put 10,000 per upload on this one, as opposed to the enrichment, which obviously is a little more intensive. But with this one, you can put in these domains, and it'll go ahead and pop out as many generic emails as it possibly can. And this is the campaigns tool. Okay, this is huge. This is so you can automate your cold email campaigns unlimited. So unlike a lot of tools where they limit how many email accounts you can connect and how many lists you can upload, all these kinds of things, we give you completely unlimited. So you can connect as many Gmail accounts to this as you want, and as many SMTPs as you want, and you can send virtually unlimited cold emails per day. So let's jump into this. So I'm down here in campaigns to my email campaigns. You can see some campaigns that I've been running, and you can see some of the data that comes in. You've got some controls here for each individual campaign, and we've added a bunch of really cool features over the last months over here. So you can customize your domain for tracking for your opens and your clicks. Okay, this helps to increase deliverability by not attaching the click tracking and the open tracking to your cold email domain, which can kind of drag down deliverability over time. This actually allows you to add some simple DNS records in your your Namecheap or your GoDaddy or your domain source. And you can go ahead and turn this on so that you're tracking opens and you're tracking clicks through another domain, which will help your emails to prosper longer and send more volume. I'm going to go into kind of the process of this. Okay, this is sort of an interesting process, and let's just go sort of jump into it. Again, our 7-day cold email bootcamp will help you enormously here, and you can learn a lot here. So we have some options for instant campaigns, like a newsletter send. You can use that at your discretion. The one that we're mainly going to focus on here is called sequence, and this is the cold email, sales email, cadences. So you go ahead and click that. Now this is the campaign setup. So you can make the campaign name. You can set up, the email that you want to send from. And I'm just giving you the real high level here. You can set your list that you want to send to. You can set the delay between emails. You can start this campaign when schedule the start date of the campaign. You can remove duplicates, so make sure that you're not emailing anyone you've already emailed from another campaign. You can track clicks, opens. You can even do a custom reply to a CC or a BCC, which helps if you're looking to reply from another email address. Okay. You can select your time zone, how many emails you want to send per day on this particular campaign, and set your days and your times that you want to send. Then you'll be choosing your templates, and we'll get into that in a second. So you'll choose your templates. You can add a new template, add a follow-up, choose the delay in that message, and kind of set up your whole little campaign here. And then once you're all done, you can set it. If they've actually converted, you can send them to another list. If they replied, you can move them to another list. It's great for segmenting prospects as they come in and reply. And you can go ahead and update this, and it'll save that campaign and start running whenever you told it to start run. If it's already paused and you have it scheduled, you can just click here to start the campaign, and that's great. So the process here, you saw kind of setting up the campaign, but there's a few things you need first and foremost, which is number one, you need your lists. Okay, so you're going to need to create a new list. You need to upload the contacts into that list. Again, from the enrichment tool, in the LinkedIn tool, you can basically import them directly into the list if you'd like to. But you need to build your list first, okay? Secondly, you need to go here to templates. And going into templates, you can basically set up your different drips. So you can see here I have a couple of emails that I've set up. That you can select a list. You can pull in variables from the different lists. So you choose the list you want to go to, and you can have different custom variables. You can save this template for later, so you can kind of create a little bit of templates for you. You can name the template over here. And you can write your email here, and you can basically insert these dynamic things like their title or their first name or their company name, or customize a first line to the email where you actually talk about something relevant to their company. We have guides like this on our blog and in the 7-day cold email bootcamp. So I urge you to check that out. One really cool feature in this I want to go over is that we have a gallery of cold email templates up here. So if you click this, you'll see a bunch, and you can see different kinds of approaches like humor, the breakup email, the direct approach, adding value, following up, and we got a bunch of different templates that you can just import, as a framework, as a starting point for you. So if you're, new to cold email or something like that, these will give you a huge jump start where you can just kind of import these automatically. These are referrals. You've got, the direct approach, which is enormous here. Really good direct approaches. Got a couple of humors, we're not a match for each other. You're secretly a superhero. There's all these kinds of things, right? We can play around with. Humor is great, on kind of a second or third email and things like that. So a lot of great stuff in here. So you can really, just get started with your campaigns right here. So make your drip sequences, update those templates. Once those templates and that lists are ready to go, you want to make sure that you get your senders set up, okay? And this is going to be, you'll see the green when they're ready to go and set up. And this is very simple. So you can use, Gmail. We've got a bunch of instructions for Gmail and how to kind of enable the right features in Gmail so that, you're getting the right, it's working the right way. You can put the sender name, the sender full name, the sender email. Okay, sender name is just going to be the name inside of our software. Sender full name is going to be the name that the email is from, and the sender email is going to be the email address. And you just set up these SMTPs. So it's very simple. For Gmail, it's smtp.gmail.com. There's different SMTPs have different settings. So you can find your settings and go ahead and set these up. You can set up IMAP to make sure you can send your checking for replies and sending up the follow-up emails. You have to do this too. So set up your IMAP settings. You can have your signature just for this sender that you use. And you can set a daily limit globally for this email. So if you have two campaigns that are 50 and 50 and you only want to send 80 a day, it will only send 80 a day so you don't hurt your domain reputation. You can also select your time zone so that it resets the limits at midnight, which is also what Gmail does, etc. So sync that up so that you're in the right time zone. And once you click that, it'll go ahead and confirm the sender. You'll get an email to your cold email address, and everything will be looking good. I also want to show you the warm-up feature, okay? So once you get that set up, you never want to start sending 100 emails a day out of nowhere, right? So there's definitely a warm-up, and you can get with our partner called mailwarmups.com if you'd like kind of a professional warm-up where we kind of create positive signals in your email inbox. But in addition to that, you want to, kind of send 20 emails, 25 the next week, 30 the next week. You kind of want to increase by 5 until you get up to that optimum sending volume. So to do that, you just go ahead and check this. You set how many emails you want to increase per day. Per day. So, maybe 1 email per day would be 5 per week. So that's a very gradual warm up. And you can stop increasing once the daily limit, reaches let's say 80 emails or 100 emails. So it's once it gets to 100 emails, it just stops right there and sends 100 emails, right? And limits it to that. These should, be in collaboration with the maximum limit you set in the other setting. So this warm-up feature will help a lot and make sure that, you're not getting blocked by Google or any other provider. All right, so your campaigns are running, you're getting replies. You're able to click here and get all of the replies that are coming in here, and you'll see a list of everything that's coming in. You're able to download these leads if you'd like to and move them somewhere else. You can also head over here to CRM and lead scoring, which is going to give you basically options on how you'd like to score leads. If someone opens an email, give them 1 point, and that'll help you kind of score and see who are the best leads to kind of follow up with and keep moving. So it's almost like a CRM kind of built into the system here. Really, really cool feature here. And I think that this is going to be something that we're developing over time, adding a lot of features to. So it's going to be absolutely amazing once this is more mature. But you can configure this here, where you can come in and if they open the email, what do you want to give them? If they reply, what do you want to give them? If they click, what do you want to give them? You can do a visiting tracking code. So you put this on your website, and it'll actually give them basically a point or 2 points or whatever you want to do when they visit your website or a certain page on your website. And there's just all kinds of amazing stuff here that you can do. Like, if you had a Calendly, calendar scheduler or something like that, you could put this tracking code on the success page, track, successful booked meetings, things like this. So there's all kinds of awesome things to do here, and you can automate them further once you get that all set up. Okay, so that's a mouthful. It's a lot to take in, but you'll see it kind of advance over time, and it's just a really really great system. You guys can manage all of your outbound campaigns from here, right in Prospecting Toolkit. I think you're gonna love it. Okay, let's move on to Websites Analyze. Okay, this is gonna be great for you domain folks and people selling anything to kind of new people with new websites, web design, SEO, whatever it is, right? So great for agencies here. This is going to be all of the any kind of contact data that we pull from new domains that have been registered today. So it's on a daily basis. There's 60,000 new leads of people that just registered a domain here. You're able to come in here, basically just export zip or CSV of all these things. You can go day by day and you can grab all the new domain registration. Okay, next is the chatbot. Okay, the chatbot is amazing, and this is great to have on your website. This will basically allow people to kind of interact with your brand without you actually having to be there, and it's not a separate service. This is all built into Prospecting Toolkit. So we want to help you get leads. Again, a really awesome way to do this too is to create your kind of throwaway domain, your cold email domain, and redirect that domain, because 95% of people you don't want to include links in your cold emails, of course. So they're going to go ahead and copy and paste your URL there, and you can redirect that to wherever you'd like, whether that be your home page or that be a special page. I prefer doing a special page and creating kind of a funnel from it, just in case they kind of click through to your website. You can have a special chat bot just on that page, kind of speaking to that specific customer. So you've got unlimited chat bots that you can add here, and I'll go ahead and show you how to create a chat bot. We have another video that kind of shows this more in depth, but I'm going to kind of just go high level that basically you're able to customize the widget itself and the position of the widget, and the avatar. You can add your own avatar. You can set up auto trigger chat so that it just pops up and bugs the people right as they log on, which is great. You can also set a second delay there, so you could set like 2 seconds and then it pops up, or 5 seconds. Give them a second to kind of browse or scroll, and then hit them with the chatbot to encourage conversions. You can show this on different devices. You've just got a bunch of things here. Once you have kind of configured all that, you can actually get your embed code here, and it's really easy. It's just a little iframe you just slap on your website there, and you can also do rules to match a specific URL to only show the chatbot on certain pages. Okay, so really really cool. Now this is all the preview and the widget and the embed and everything like that. Over here in this tab is the script and the scenario. So this is where you add your different questions and buttons and things like this. So you can ask a text question where they can type it in. You can add buttons like a multi-choice kind of deal, or a multi-select, or you can suggest something as they're typing, and have kind of a database. So a lot of date pickers, all kinds of things, get their contact info. So these are all amazing things. You can also come down here and you can send the results to an email address. You can send it to Slack, and you can also text it via SMS to your cell phone, or to your sales rep cell phone, or however you want to work that. So there's lots of ways to kind of connect this. We are working on API and webhooks on this, so it's going to get much more advanced. But for right now, I mean, this is a great way to just get leads that you weren't there to engage with, but they still want to get more information. You go ahead and say save change here, and then you can go back to preview, and this will show you everything. It'll pop up, and you're able to embed that on your website and move forward with the chatbot. Next, we got email discovery. Okay, now this is kind of another sort of enrichment tool here, where you're able to actually pull in email addresses from a CSV that includes the first name and the last name. Okay, so this is really powerful if you got a list of kind of first name, last name, company name kind of situations. This will go through and pull as many emails as it possibly can from that. So really cool to be able to kind of enrich your lists. You can also do find a single contact manually. So if there's just somebody, you're looking for their email and you're kind of curious and trying to find them, you can put in their full name here, you can put in their domain, and we'll go ahead and try to find the closest email that we possibly can find just on that level. So this is helpful for, kind of just that specific thing of like, okay, what was that guy's email? And last but not least, we've got the social proof widget. Now this is really cool. It's basically like if you've ever seen Proof or any of these kinds of apps, it basically just creates like a little, a little notification widget. And I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. So that pops up in the corner and looks like this. So you can create, dynamic variables. This is basically making up kind of random things. It's just to kind of push that social proof on your website to make it look like people are signing up, people are doing kind of the crowd effect where they feel like, oh, other people are doing it, I'll go ahead and give it a try too. So it works really, really well, and really, really interesting little feature. Again, you can set this up. You can add a localized message. You can, add the city name. Generate a random number, you know what I mean? All these kinds of things. 2 hours ago, 4 hours ago, started a trial on our website, right? So really cool, and you can, kind of add it to your website very easy by just kind of adding a little pixel at the bottom of your page, and should work great. So you can configure the alerts here. You can look at analytics here of how many views have come in and what the click-through rate on that. You can actually make the click-through go to a custom page. Maybe that's the sign-up page or book a call, whatever that may be. So yeah, really powerful stuff. And finally, the very last thing I want to show you is the API and webhooks function, which we just added, which I'm extremely excited about. You got outgoing webhooks here where you can use Zapier or you can use Integromat, which is my favorite. And you can come here and you can actually, insert the webhook, from Integromat or from Zapier. You can, put like when one contact is found from Enrichment, when, one local business is saved, when one domain is found from a company name, et cetera, et cetera. So, when a contact is found, you can go ahead and, create this webhook so that every time you're doing your enrichment with the companies and the contacts over here, like the first module we showed, you can send that data directly to a CRM, send that directly to a Google Sheet, send that directly to an Airtable database, whatever you want to do with it. So really powerful stuff where you can kind of integrate your favorite apps together. Okay, so now that's going to be, this one. You also have the one based on the LinkedIn scraper. So you can set here, when a contact is extracted from LinkedIn, whether the email is found or not, or only whether the email is found. Slap your webhook address from Integromat or Zapier in here, create that webhook. It'll just start porting, and you can create your automation in whatever app of your choice, Zapier or Integromat or whatever works for you. So this works for a lot of the modules as well as the campaigns module. So when the first email is sent, when a prospect replies, very, very powerful there, where you can almost create kind of a chatbot interface where if someone replies, you can auto reply, all kinds of fun stuff like this, right? So there's pretty much endless, possibilities that you can do with this. So we invite you to use this. We also have the API here. So you can always pull in, the API stuff here, and you can use the API URL, and you can format this however you want. So also, in Integromat or something like that, or within your app or whatever it is, you can connect to our API and take that data, do whatever you want with it. All right, guys, I think that was a good overview just to give you a couple of, like a tour of each module. Hope this video was helpful. I hope you love Prospecting Toolkit, and, it brings you huge value. Shoot to get ROI in these first 14 days, man. I did it myself when we set up the whole software in an earlier versions, and, I was already getting ROI the first week that I got into it. So I think if you do, the things right, if you follow the instructions we're giving you in the boot camp, on our blog, and just kind of following our stuff. We also have a Telegram group called the Outbound Crew. We've, where that's growing quickly. Jump into our group, ask questions, get involved. We've got a ton of professionals in there that are doing a great job and, elevating their outreach, elevating their sales, using Prospecting Toolkit and a myriad of other tools. So we're always in there talking about cool stuff. So jump in with us, and hope to see you in there.